Was that you, Irislet? This elderly, probably the most elderly elf that you've seen since you have been in Regalia, reaches out and starts feeling Irislet's face.
Yes. It's me. And I'll touch her hands and kind of look over to the rest of the group.
You can see that she, the irises of her eyes are, probably, do you think that they're like white, or do you think that she, what do you think her eyes look like?
Well, it's like if you were to take my eyes, this kind of vibrant, lighter purple, and put it and just like cloud it up and whatnot. So it's like a very, very pale lilac color almost.
Yeah, her eyes don't seem focused on anything though, and I think you can all probably recognize that she looks like she's probably blind, and she's indicating that as well with her gestures towards Iris, and she's feeling Iris's face, and she pulls her into a tight embrace.
Oh, are you well?
It's been so long. I thought you were dead.
Right. How long has it been, Grandmother?
Well over 10 years.
Right. Right.
Where have you been all this time? Why have you not contacted me?
I'm so sorry. I don't really have a logical explanation for it. But if I could have, I would have.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry.
When I last said goodbye to you, you were joining the war.
Do I remember any sort of quest line that involved that at the beginning? Or like when, like the last time I logged out, or prior to the event or something?
As she's speaking about this, it begins to flood into your memory. You remember leaving home, and you remember joining some sort of fight in the border of Elendrath and Syntharis.
Right, well, I'm okay. Grandmother, these are my friends. My companions?
Hi.
Hello.
Have we met?
She tries to move over to the voices. She says, I'm sorry. Who is here?
Well, my name is Rue, and I'll gently reach for her hands, and I'll put her hands up to the sides of my face so she can feel my features.
A cat.
Does she scratch behind my ear?
No, I think she's very sort of cautious. She doesn't want to like over I don't know. I think she's a little wary.
Mm-hmm.
She's not trying to like be overly attached to people she hasn't met, at least.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't push it, but if she seemed like she's curious about my ears, I will help encourage her hands to explore the curves of my ears and the fluffy tufts that come off the sides of them. And then I'll let go.
I move up towards her and I go, "Hi, I'm Bo." And then I move up and I soak her feet with my slime.
Yeah, if you've ever seen like an older person try to move quickly and sort of pick up their feet and shuffle a bit, I think she does that. Ah, what is this?
He's a slime, but he's a good slime.
What?
Hi.
That's Bo.
Have we met before?
Is this your familiar?
Legally
Well-
speaking.
Sort of, but he's much more than just a familiar. He's a person, just slime shaped.
You must excuse me. It is late, and I did not expect all of this.
I know. I'm sorry, Grandmother. We didn't mean to ambush you or anything like that. We can come back in the morning if you want to get some rest first.
No. No, you must come in. You can't just simply leave again.
Right. Well, this here is Ender's.
She reaches out like she's looking for your hand.
I hesitantly place a few fingers in her hand.
She begins to smell the air. An elementalist.
I try to sniff the air around Ender's.
Baked beans.
Your hands are cold. Come inside. I'll start a fire. Erislyth, will you
Yes,
help me?
Grandmother? What was that?
Will you help me?
Of course. And I'll help to usher her back inside the cottage.
It's much cooler here, but it's not. Well, I guess Millifax was probably fairly cool. It's not cold though, you know. It's just like sort of a chill on the nighttime air, really. It's a very modest sort of little home. I imagine it's not much bigger than like 3 rooms. Really. So why don't you describe what it looks like inside?
Yeah, so when you walk in, it's kind of one of those it's gosh, what's the word for it? Like a studio almost, where you have everything kind of in one spot, in terms of like there's the kitchen, there's a little dining area, they have the fireplace and a little couch. This is probably the biggest room inside of the cottage because it's taking so many roles for the living space in general. So on the walls you would see just a large amount of, dried herbs and everything of that nature. She's got a lot of cooking supplies over in the kitchen area. It's modest, but you can tell that my grandmother loves to cook, or that at least someone here did. The couch is like it's like a wicker couch, but it has, a lot of pillows and things like that thrown on top of it to make it more comfortable. And off to the sides you have the other 2 rooms within the home.
very modest inside here. It's probably not big enough for all of you, but it's cozy. And she says, "Please excuse the mess. I wasn't expecting anyone."
Oh, that's all right, Grandmother. It looks fine. I can always help out too.
Yes. There should be some firewood. Some of the locals, the children from town, sometimes come by to help.
You would notice like a wave of just guilt all over my face. Even though, you know, this is kind of meant to be an MMO life, right? This is incredibly real. So I would scurry over and silently grab the firewood and begin to try to light it and get it all set up in the fireplace.
Sure. Would anyone like anything to drink? I have water and I have some pumpkin juice, if you would like.
Sure. What kind of... Well, do you have any other juice?
That is all that I have for the moment. Or tea. Would you care for some tea? After the fire gets going, I can put the kettle
I'll have
on.
whatever you're giving.
My tail flicks behind me. Do you have any milk?
I do not.
Juice is fine.
And, Enders, was it?
Yes. I look around at everyone. I'll have tea as well.
All right. And two pumpkin juices and a tea. Lith, do you want some tea?
Yes. Ooh, I'll have some tea, yes. That'd be great.
She'll start to get the kettle together, and you can see it's very practiced. She knows exactly where everything is. And sort of putters about very slowly, gathering things.
As we're waiting, my eyes linger on Iris. Can I read anything on your face? What do you look like? How do you carry yourself?
Well, this is like a very strange situation. At first, when we were outside of the cottage, you would have noticed I probably just seemed like weirded out a little bit. But, you know, for the sake of being polite, I was trying to make sure that I didn't really give that off to my grandmother. But as I'm kind of getting this fire together, I'm just staring into it and my brows are furrowed, and you would sense that I feel guilty for leaving this woman alone in the cottage by herself, even if it wasn't my choice.
Slowly, I turn my head away from your direction, just kind of looking around at the charm and intrigue. But my tail does reach out towards you and will try to fluff into your face, like tickling your nose.
What's this about? You trying to make me sneeze?
Oh, sorry. I hold my tail. It has a mind of its own sometimes.
Well, once we get this lit and the tea going and whatnot, I'll help out and try to get some sleeping spaces sorted. My grandmother has her room and her study, her little study, and I have my room off to the side over here, and I'll point to the same wall as where the fireplace is, but like towards the kitchen, there's a door that leads into a separate room, where we might be able to fit, most of us at least.
Well, we're not very far away from the airship, right?
No.
A mile.
If you want some space to catch up, we could also make our way back.
But it's a mile away.
No. If anything, we should probably all get some rest, and then I'll catch up with my grandmother in the morning. We all can. I'm sure she has a lot of knowledge that might be helpful to us.
I'm sure we have a lot of questions, and I'll look over at Enders.
Yes.
Well, what do you think of all this so far?
I told you. We all have a past.
Yeah.
Do you all remember going and leaving for the war?
My mind is foggy. But I believe once we visit our places of origin, so to speak, things will clear up.
Wait, do you?
I'll
Do I-
lower my voice. Well, as she was talking about it, I remembered it, yeah.
What was it like? What happened? What did you do?
I mean, it was normal as any other day. I got everything tidied in my room and helped her out the best I could before I left. And then I left for wherever it was we were going to be meeting everyone to group with the main forces on the war front.
Were we there? Did you see us? Or do you remember seeing us?
That's a good question. Do I remember seeing them?
You do not.
No.
What if the us's here don't know each other, but we do from before?
Do you remember what side of the war you joined?
Well, I mean, at Ellendrath. Now, just latching on to that memory of the people that I did see. This was pre-battle that I remember. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Was it all people from Ellendrath?
Yes.
And none of them are people that I would have seen, are people that I would have known from like our guild or anything like that, right?
Correct.
Actually, when we were grouping up near the border, I don't actually remember anyone from our guild at all. Only it was from Ellendrath. So maybe we didn't know each other.
Do Ellendrath elves have tattoos?
Well, I mean, they can. There are symbolists within the, people could become symbolists. Those are kind of tattoos.
I'm just wondering, because, like, if that's not your body, maybe perhaps that, I don't know. Do you have any tattoos?
Any tattoos that I wouldn't have put,
In character creation.
have I ever noticed anything like that?
Nope.
No, it's
Looks pretty much the same as what you set up in the character creation.
So there's no backstory on your back story. Okay.
no, not that I know of.
Just thinking.
Do you remember the last time you logged in, Bo?
It was, the morning we went to the convention, because I had to make sure that I had emptied out everything in the guild bank, because I wasn't sure if we'd keep all our items going forward into the into the fractured so
If it would wipe.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember where your starting zone was?
I do indeed. It was Platea.
Taya. Interesting. Well, this is strange. This is very strange.
Here are your drinks.
Thank you, grandmother.
How did you
Thank you.
arrive? Did you travel from the north or the south, or where have you been?
We came from Millifax.
From where?
Millifax.
You know, dragons.
How in
Evil
Regalia
Empress.
did you make it from Millifax all the way here?
Well, the Empress sponsored us
The
returning
Empress?
to where... Yes,
Dragon Empress.
indeed. She's very
We
scary.
have an airship, and I gesture over to Greg, who's presumably sitting next to me on the couch.
Yeah, Greg hasn't been saying anything. Greg has Greg has got his arms crossed. He's just like he's staring at a
grandmother!
wall.
I'm so sorry. This is Gregwood.
And your grandmother starts speaking perfect shrublet. Yeah.
Can you demonstrate to us what this elderly elf sounds like speaking shrublet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And Greg says, "Hello, it's nice to meet you. Wow, your shrublet's really good."
Is it actually really good?
Yeah, it's spot on. Like you understand her, like as if she were a shrub. Yep. And yeah, Greg says, "None of them can speak shrublet except for Bo." And she says, "Well, it's a hard language for most. It's nice to meet you. You are one of Irislith's companions?" "Well, yes. I'm technically Rue's companion, but I think they've all become friends."
As I take my pumpkin juice, I just hand it to Greg.
Yeah, Greg takes it. He doesn't think anything about it, but I think he just looks at you like a little bit longer, and like he takes the first sip as he stares at you, and like Iris, like he's just, "I'll remember this."
I pat him on the head.
"Well, it is nice to meet you, Greg. That is an unusual shrublet name. Usually they are very long and complicated. How did you come about this name?" "Well, my first companion, Muhn, she gave me the name." "Muhn? The savior?" "Yes." "Oh my. What have you all been doing?" She says this last bit in common Regalian tongue.
Well, it's a bit of a long story.
"Well, it has been a long time since I've seen you, so I would expect so."
Well, all that we really remember is that, we woke up in Crystal, in Emberstone, in Syntharis.
And what were those horrible people doing to you?
We don't really know.
You were
But
imprisoned?
I suppose so. I mean, we were encased in the Emberstone. So technically, as some sort of imprisonment, but it wasn't by Syntharis, I don't think. Yep. Some strange phenomenon.
You are here now, and you are all right?
Yes.
I'm not imagining this.
No, you're not imagining this. And I'll grab her hands and I'll squeeze them gently. I'm sorry to have left you. But we do have some questions for you.
I will do my best to answer.
How much do you know about the war in general, I suppose? Does anyone else have any sort of specific questions?
Yes, well, she's clearly been alive for a long time. Do you remember the origin of the Maelstrom?
Oh, I'm not that old.
It's more information than we knew.
I'm going to turn 157 soon.
What is Iris's favorite color?
Same color as her eye.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
That was an easy one. I need to think. I shrink away.
Have you heard anything about the expansion of the rift? Has it gotten bigger since you were young?
Oh, yes. This is... Well, it was one of the reasons that the war began in the first place. Many of the spiritists and the elementalists and, well, even the entropists in Elendrath were speaking as to the rift growing dramatically. But I'm much removed from much of our society these days. I do not know.
I got one. What is your earliest memory of Iris?
When she was born.
What happened?
Is birthing different amongst slimes?
Probably.
I am unfamiliar with the way that slimes are born, but much the way that you would expect. I don't plan on giving you details.
Do you know her parents?
I think that maybe it might be beneficial for us to move the conversation a different direction.
I must have answers, Rue.
Shut up, Bo! And I start squishing Bo down.
What about favorite food?
So, I think we should talk a little bit about why we're here now and what brought us to Elendrath. Right, Iris?
Yes. Yeah. So There's obviously an issue with what's going on with how Emberstone is not being allowed in certain regions like Millifax. We've seen it firsthand.
It's
So-
about time after what it's done to our world.
Hmm.
The elders and all of the magic users in Ellendrath have tried to get the rest of the world to listen for a long time now. But, as you said, the rift was much smaller when I was young.
And Emberstone was around since you were young as well.
I had heard of it, but it is not something that was very prevalent in Ellendrath.
Right.
And I have lived here for most of my life, as you know.
And what would you say that the stance of those in Ellendrath overall would be when it comes to the usage of Emberstone? Why is it that we're so against it?
Well, I don't know, really. I just know what some of the most skilled spirit callers have said, which was that it was going to bring the downfall of our world. And they were right.
Do you know where we can find these spirit callers?
They live about in Ellendrath. Since the war is over, I imagine they have spread out, but you would most likely find them in Tempria. I believe there's one town. I haven't had to go to town for some time, so I don't know if they're still there.
In our town?
Yes.
Well, we'll have to ask about in the morning. Okay. Well, I know that we're on we're close to the border. Do you know anything about the mines? What were they called? Were they the Emberfall mines? Or something? Emberstone?
I let go of Bo.
The Emberstone mines, right? Did they have a name?
So the raid was called the Emberstone
Emberfall.
Mines.
Oh, Emberstone.
Yep.
Gotcha.
But other than that, no, you weren't aware of any name for it. She says,
Well, I don't know much about it. I know that before you left, you had heard a lot of the talk in town, and, well, you were worried that the war would make its way here. So you took it upon yourself to join in the efforts.
Right.
Against my better judgment. But after you found Judikara, you were, well, very confident.
I told you about that?
Yes. You don't remember?
and as soon as she asks you this question, memories start flooding in.
Right, I told you about that. Huh. Right. You know, Bo brought up a good question, though.
I did? I did.
Do you know anything about my parents?
She furrows her brow and she looks at you. What are you talking about, Risley?
Of course,
My
I know your
memory's been
parents.
hazy.
would I not know about your parents?
Oh, well, I was hoping more so that you'd be able to tell me.
And I would like you to please make a insight and insight roll. Open check.
Okay. I will. Let's see. So, I'm firstly gonna ask if I'm able to re-roll this with anything I have. I have Inquisitive as one of my, like my main characteristics for my identity.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do have the ancient bloodline background. So I don't know if either one of those would work.
I don't think so. Not in this case.
Okay. Well, if I turn that into a 7, it's just going to be a 9. So, you know what? I'm just going to use Lucky 7 and make one of those into a 7. So it'll be 9 total, but probably not enough for whatever check.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a message. Sending you a DM.
Secret message.
Secret message.
That was so mischievous. He went like this.
Hmm.
And just for listeners, it was originally a 4, but now it's a 9. I think in this moment, I kind of slump back where I'm sitting and I fall quiet. And for anybody who's actually looking, you'd be able to tell that I'm sifting through some memories at the moment, trying
I'd be
to
staring
piece
at
things
you very
together.
hard. Silently.
Right. Never mind, grandmother. I remember them. I'm sorry.
But would you? What if you were a Frodo and your parents were dead before you were born, or after you were born as a child? And then, so like now she's going to be really suspicious because she's like, wait, how would you remember your parents if I raised you? He says table talk style.
Do we have any other questions?
Oh, one more! Grandmama, how many people have you trained?
I don't understand. What do you mean trained?
Did you train Iris?
I trained Iris to be a capable woman. And her life is her own to explore and train. Just as we teach here in Ellendrath, it is important for all of our people to choose their own lives and their own experiences. And we help guide them. But training, as you say, is not typically done.
Okay. So besides like potty training, you had nothing to do with like her spellcasting?
That is correct.
Okay.
I have a question. I look down at my tea. What would you say the stance of people's thoughts on Centaurus now?
Here in Felicia? They are...
Yes.
I don't think they've changed much. Most of the people here are... Well... there is a lot of history between Centaurus and Ellendrath. And I can tell you from my experience, the people of Syntharis are rude, they are foul, and they have done much in polluting our environment. I don't care for them.
I see.
Grandmother. And I'll squeeze her hands again. We've been put in a very precarious situation. You know about Savior Muhn, right?
I think most of the people in Regalia have heard of the Savior, yes. Your friend Greg is Muhn's companion, or was.
Right. Have you heard anything recently about her? Anything she's done?
Oh no, not for some time. There was talk of one of the beasts from Itessa making its way to the Syntharis shores. And there was some sort of battle there. That was the last I think I've heard of her.
Well, she's actually one of our friends.
She's a villain.
Something
Right.
bad happened that has really changed her. Some would consider her a villain, yes. But, we have to find her. And in order to help her, we have to get stronger.
I don't understand. She's a villain or she's your friend?
She wasn't a villain when we were friends, but she's someone that we think maybe we might be able to help.
It's complicated.
She is known as the Valkyrie, and if she ever comes to these parts, you'll be well on your way to leave this area and go to safety. They are unstable. They are classified as a villain. No matter how we chalk it up, and I put the cup down, stand up. And we all need to face reality here. I don't want something happening to her because we keep throwing around this word of friendship. If I remember correctly, she killed us all.
Well, I mean, if I was
I
killed,
walk
I'd be
out.
still alive. Where are you going?
Check on your shit.
I glance over at Rue.
I'm looking
Ender's-
down at my hands where I'm holding my tail.
It is a complicated situation,
I
Grandmother.
don't understand. She hurt you?
Yes.
What does he mean he killed you? She killed you.
Not me. But she hurt the others very badly.
You sure you will not you will not be around this supposed savior anymore. You must not do this, Irislyth.
Grandmother? Do you sense anything around me or my friends? Any sort of aura?
I thought it was some sort of magic. I thought maybe this was Jurakara's doing. Did you?
No.
You all have something about you. I thought maybe it was some sort of spell or an enchantment. What is this?
You know how, they called Muhn the savior or a hero?
Yes. I don't know much about it, but heroes have helped during the war.
Right. Well, the rest of us, we all have the same aura that she does. What that means is that we get stronger faster. We have more powerful abilities overall, typically. I don't know if we all agree with the term hero, but we are quite strong, even for where we are now.
What are you talking about, Arislet? You're no hero. I mean, you'll always be a hero to me, but I don't. Heroes. I don't know much about heroes, but I know some things. They come from a different world. You were born here. I saw you being born. Your mother was in great pain. What are you saying?
I don't know how to explain it. I think perhaps it has to do with the Ember Stone. Or something.
I don't understand. This does not make any sense.
Well, at any rate, perhaps you won't understand now, but we might be the only ones that are able to do anything about the Savior in her current state.
That doesn't make any sense, Arislet. There are people throughout the world, powerful people.
I don't know, Grandmother. But perhaps, maybe it has to do with our bloodline. That I'm so powerful, at least.
In the Theris bloodline. It's been a long time since we've had anyone in the family that was any sort of champion of Elendrath.
We had a champion of Elendrath?
As soon as you ask the question, Iris, you start to remember some of the stories. Sort of rise and fall of the bloodline. Just kind of thinning out that bloodlines do, where, you know, one of the members just doesn't have a lot of children. Something unfortunate might happen. Starting to come back to you.
Do you know anything about this champion at all?
I told you stories when you were young, Arislet. You do not remember?
It's hazy. It was before your time, I assume.
Oh, yes.
Not that you couldn't be a champion of Elendrath, grandmother. You're a very capable woman.
Well, they do say my tea is the best in all of Falaisia.
Champion of the tea.
Erislet, this is not your responsibility. You do not have to. It is not your responsibility to save the world. This hero nonsense is not you. You can't take on that sort of responsibility.
Well, my friends have made it so that I can be brave, grandmother. Even against odds that are terrifying.
Savior Muhn. She's done incredible things. The creatures and battles that she's fought in. She's fought the monsters from Etessa.
Doesn't that mean that she's worthy of being helped?
Help or not, I care about you. I am not supposed to outlive my family.
I know. Well, it is quite late at the moment. Do we want to get everyone ready for bed? We can talk more in the morning when our heads are a little clearer.
Oh, do you have like a bottle or like some sort of tub or a thing like that? Something empty?
There should be a flower pot in my room.
Oh, which one's your room?
It's that one over there.
Oh, I wonder if she's done anything to it in the 10 years you've been away. I go inside the room.
I imagine it looks exactly the same. Just tidied.
I plop into like a flower pot that looks like one of those Zelda ones, like a big rounded ceramic. Boom.
I'm sorry to have upset you, grandmother.
She pats your hand and she says,
Erislet, I don't want you to do this. You need to stay here. At least for some time. The war has only just ended. This is a time for families to reunite.
Well, we have some things that we need to do and questions we need answered. We should be able to stay for a little bit while we train. But grandmother, and I'm eyeing to make sure everyone has kind of left the room, and then my eyes lock back onto her. The reason they're not dead is because I brought them back.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Do you remember the book that we read when I was younger?
Which one?
The one about the champion of Elendrath?
Oh. Yes. Rathia.
Correct. How they had a spell that could reinvigorate those who had fallen in their battle.
Yes, there's this spell of hope.
Well, there are 2 people in all of Regalia on record that have been able to do such a thing. One is a powerful professor and magic user in Infernia. And the other brought back 2 of her friends in one go. And that was me.
You've become a 10th level spiritist.
Yes.
Oh, my sweet granddaughter. What have you been through?
Quite a lot. And I think that my face, you'll notice the kind of front that I've had for a little bit when she asks what I've been through drops a little. And I'll stay up with her however long to fill her in on what's happened since I've arrived in Regalia.
Sure. Yeah, I imagine you're probably up for a couple hours at least.
Mm-hmm.
Before she starts kind of like nodding off. And you probably, I imagine she's probably just kind of nodded off on the couch or something, and
I'll tuck her in.
yeah.
And before I go to bed, I'm just gonna look around the place. It's just like I remembered. It's really strange.
There's those lingering feelings of home.
And I'll go into my room and rejoin the others.
Do you not knock?
You're still up?
I was waiting.
Aw, thank you. Do we know where Enders went? Did he leave the cottage, or did he...
Yeah.
He was going to the airship, he said.
Greg snuck out at some point. Greg isn't here.
I peer out of the pot momentarily. Iris,
Yes?
I was thinking. I say it quietly so that the grandma can't hear. If she is your grandma, I was thinking, isn't that weird?
Why is it weird?
Because, I mean, she's not just your grandmom, she's every elf in Regalia's grandmom too. And there's like 10 million players. So I was trying to figure out if you are the only hero elf here. If that makes any sense.
Thinking back to when everybody was like making their characters and we were all talking about what we selected and things like that, we all had the same options, right? There weren't any secret options that popped up for anybody, nothing strange like that.
You all had different options for your origin stories. One of the selling points for Regalia was that you kind of crafted your own origin story through various quests and things.
And they just implemented it somehow, magically, that we have no idea. Maybe probably touting it as like just AI or something to kind of take that, right? And turn it into a storyline.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So this is unique and bespoke to her then?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I retract that and go, Good night. And then the pot lid slams on me.
I collapse into my bed. What the fuck?
Language.
What the flounder?
Meanwhile, at the airship, we find Enders. Airship looks fine. Do you go on to the airship?
Yeah. I go up to the airship. I'm also taking in the night sky and everything. The sky seems I'm imagining a lot bigger here. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nature
I mean,
around.
yeah. I mean, it's a little like wild, you know. Especially like the further you go away from the cottage and whatnot. You know, so you're kind of like you when you made your way here, Iris had sort of chosen your route. Did you try to follow the same way that you went?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Until I got to like, cause it looks like we're in like some foresty area. Until I broke the trees, that's when I kind of got distracted and bewildered.
Yeah. So there's like foothills in the area, and there's mountains, you know, to the east. But there's probably like it's not like a super heavily wooded area. There's definitely woods here, but like you can see the stars and stuff. It's not a problem, and it's a beautiful view. I mean, there's really you know, pretty like open stars. There's maybe like a little bit of pollution that's crept in. You know, it's got a little bit.
On the border.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I check on it. I go up to the airship. I check on it. I go all the way to the top, the viewing decks.
Yeah.
And I think I lose track of time, and I just kind of like nestled in on the ship.
Yeah.
And sleep under the stars.
Yeah, maybe like 20 minutes after you get there, you can probably hear like the door of the ship like open up.
Oh, Greg. I'm okay. Just think I'm going to stay here for the night. Are you turning in here as well?
So Greg, it's like a minute before Greg finds you. You just hear some
Up here.
random. Yeah. He'll make his way in. Yeah, and he'll kind of like look around, like make sure nothing's wrong, I guess, and say,
I'll just nod in agreement, and I'll say, you know what, Greg, stay here. And what I'll do is I'll pull a bunch of cushions off of like the chairs we have in, you know, I guess in the map room or whatever, and pull them up to the top and smush them together and make like a big area, and pull blankets, and I'll try to make a a couple of smoothies.
Sure. Yeah, you
But
don't.
I'm gonna secretly do it because I know Greg is like all testy about people touching his stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will make you do a roll for this.
That's fine.
Yeah. Let's this will probably be like insight and dex, I imagine.
Yeah, I was gonna think about this. Okay, is this open? Open.
Yeah, just an open check.
Dex and insight. 15.
Oh hell yeah! You make a kick-ass smoothie. For never, probably like almost never using a blender before. It's like,
Yeah. I use a little bit more magic in it too. I'll like ice the glass with a spell or something, and frost the rim. I'll do all kinds of wild stuff.
What did the fruits look like that you threw in there?
Oh, they were weird. There was like hairy fruits and like all kind of random stuff I just grabbed from different areas. I'm sure in the travels, Greg has probably gathered fruits from random areas. Since he's a fruit connoisseur, I'll just grab whatever looks contrasting and throw them in.
Well,
more of a color theory mix than an actual mix.
Maybe you smell it, to smell the fruit to see, and whatever concoction you've put together, it smells great when you're done. It doesn't look like it didn't like become like this horrible gray
Oh yeah.
nastiness, you know? And whatever you blended together, it's like it smells good, and maybe you like, you know, use a spoon and just taste it or something, and it's like, oh, it's like sweet and tart.
Sure you like this? This will be from earlier. I'm getting pushed off. And then I'll walk up and I'll is Greg all comfy or is he staring?
Yeah, I think he's probably like watching you, making sure you don't break the blender. Like he's a little worried.
He's at the door peeking in.
He's just like well, I imagine he's probably like on a stool, like just watching you do this. Yeah, and he's just making sure that you're not pushing the wrong settings on the blender.
Yeah,
like Rue did.
I'll say let's go upstairs and I'll hand him the slushie and see what he thinks.
Yeah. Yeah, he sniffs it and then he
I understand that and I throw up a thumbs up since it's like my new thing to do. And yeah, we'll walk upstairs. I'll like put my hand on Greg's head and we'll walk upstairs and get comfortable and I'll just stare at the stars while probably listening to Greg ramble and I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, Greg starts to draw like a few things on some piece of paper or something. Used to nobody really understanding him for a while. He'll draw like you, and he'll draw the rest of the group, and he'll do like a question mark and hold it up.
Everything's okay. I feel familiar under the stars. I think I'm gonna stay out here for the night. And I'll hold a thumbs up.
He'll draw like a rudimentary airship, and he'll draw like a super awesome Greg drawing. Everything else has been like stick figures and like super shitty, and he'll do like a super awesome, like he'll spend like 3 times as long drawing himself on the piece of paper, and you know, he's like super ripped and like he's like,
Of course.
and he draws the airship, and he draws like a down arrow, and he puts a question mark.
Airship with a down arrow. He wants to leave the airship?
And a question mark.
You want to go join the others?
And then he will he spends some time and he does like another Greg drawing, and then he draws like like himself like sleeping, and then like a down arrow.
Yes, let's sleep.
He shrugs.
Airship down. I like literally sit there and ponder for the next hour what he meant, and I'll stare at the drawings.
Yeah, he just looks like he finds his spot. I don't know if I don't.
No, I made a spot for both of us. Yeah.
And he'll just kind of cuddle up and go to sleep.
Yeah. I'll cover him, and then I'll just look at the stars until I fade away.
Very well. Back to the other group. Morning rolls around. You all can probably smell what I imagine to be smells like roasted nuts.
Oh dear.
It smells great.
What does?
Oh, I think my grandmother's making breakfast.
Can you guess what she makes?
I don't have as good a nose as Rue does.
I imagine she's going to try and make something that you might remember.
I mean, I remember her pies. A
She makes-
breakfast with nuts?
Breakfast pie?
I don't think so. We'll have to see what it is.
True. I'm just still not sure how much of the old you is in there still, you know? Because you're remembering things now. So does that mean that only a third of Enders is with us now? How does that work?
If I try to think back of my memory, like at the con or before the con of when we got like whatever quest prompt or anything like that to join the front lines or what have you at the mines, is that shit overwritten by the memory that I was given in character at the moment? Or do I remember both?
They're the same thing.
Okay, fuck me then. I don't know. I mean, it lines up. We all got the prompt, right?
What do you mean?
There's something amiss at Emberstone Mines.
Right, sure. But, GM, Regalia is a third-person game, not a first-person game, right?
I think you can play either way.
But would you remember having seen that? Wait, you're not one of those first-person players, are you?
Well, I did a little bit of both, but the raids you kind of had to do third person.
Oh, in that case, we never...
Like
It
when
might
we
be
were
the same
role-playing,
thing
you
then.
know?
Right. Ugh. I guess it's a dead-end lead then. But
This
anyway.
this smell, by the way, has started to like waft in. It smells like fresh peanut butter and smell of bread.
What do you think she's making? Some kind of...
It smells like peanut
Baguette?
butter and fresh homemade bread. We should go have some. Or help
Okay.
her. We should help her. Yes, that is
Help
what
her
we
eat
should
it.
do. Help her make. Maybe I should help her make it, and you should.
I'm not gonna do it because this would deactivate my GoXLR, but it smells like violent smashing of something like on a counter right now.
Oh, that is quite loud.
Where's Rue?
Grandmother, do you need help?
I think I've got it. Unless you want to find the honey.
Yeah, I'll do that. You find
But-
Rue, I'll find the honey.
Okay.
Even though they're one and the same.
It's a really specific
I don't get it.
memory that I have of this sound, and I'm old, so probably not a lot of people have this. But if you saw Wayne's World 2, Garth smashes a fucking robot at one point, and it's this really loud, violent smashing noise. And it's the exact noise that popped into my head when I pictured her smashing these peanuts in the fucking kitchen.
Okay, I guess you can go help, and I'll... Rue!
Find Rue.
Rue!
I'm grabbing the honey.
Rue!
I am not inside the building.
Then this happens for a while. Rue!
It's not as big, but you can like. It's
Rue!
maybe it's like a teeny tiny little house.
There's even like a big circle window in my
Yeah.
room.
Rue!
Obviously not there.
Do you
Or-
go outside?
Okay, I kind of like... slinky up to the window. Open it. Rue! Rue?
You can't find me.
I shut the window and lock it, and then go inside. I wonder where she is.
It's Wayne's World 1. I thought it was 2, but it was 1. Okay. You head outside. Are you out there, Rue? Where are you?
He can't find me, but I am outside.
Okay. Yeah, let's have an insight check from Bo. An open check.
Oh, you want me to roll to see if I can find
Yeah.
Rue?
Sure.
Gotta beat a
my
17.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
All right.
you have to crit.
What is it? Inside?
Yeah.
All right. Watch this. I'll have you know I'm the best roller ever. 6. Rue! I say in the kitchen.
I'll leave it up to you. I don't know where you are, Rue.
Yes, I am outside. I am doing a bit of sleuthing. Now that it is no longer darkness, I would like to prowl around the grounds and just get a feel for this home. Is there a garden?
Oh, yeah. Iris, why don't you describe it for Rue? Or, sorry, Irislith, please.
Oh yeah, it's surrounded in greenery. You know, the front part I talked about when we walked in, there were flowers. There are so many kinds. It's almost blinding how many different like crossbreeds of different flowers that have sprouted up in front of the house. And in the back, there's a big garden. Like the garden's bigger than the house. It makes no sense. Where, you know, we've grown over the years a bunch of different things. I don't know if my grandmother would have been able to maintain all of that by herself, so maybe like you'll notice some of the plots are empty, but she has been maintaining some of it with a variety of different vegetables and whatnot.
There is only the hint of a tip of a tail that peeks between various brush and flora in the garden, as Rue is literally prowling around, trying to see if she can hunt anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of little critters and things running around.
Okay, I want to see how many of them I can catch.
Yeah, I think we'll just go off of your dex check from before. Lots of little rodents and things that you can catch fairly easily.
Okay.
If you want a number, go ahead and roll a d4.
Hell yeah. Of course I want to roll. 1.
All right, we'll say you got 3.
Okay, 3. I'm holding 3 squirrel birds by squirps by their tails, and they're sort of wriggling around in my hand. I'm looking at them. And I pause before I throw them into my inventory, remembering what happened to the fish. I dismiss my inventory, and I begin to make my way towards the window that I crawled out of.
Did you kill them when you caught them?
No, they're alive. They're
Okay.
alive.
They're freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. They are
Yeah.
freaking out. And I try to open the window. The fuck?
You're in your inventory window?
No, the window that Bo just locked. I go over to the front door and I just knock on the front door.
I imagine probably Irislith answers the door, is my guess.
Yes. Yes.
Rue! Oh, there she is.
You want these for breakfast?
Not necessarily. We really haven't had an opportunity to try to catch some of the critters. I know that Bo wanted to experiment
Right.
or something.
They're freaking out. They're
Yeah, I'm just holding it as far away from my body as possible. You can see cuts and like blood beginning to drip from my hand. I'm holding it.
Imagine if you picked up a cat that did not want to be picked up.
Yeah. I just have 3 of them. One's blue, like a cyan blue. One's orange, and another one is like bright, vividly green. I just sort of step past you and into the building as I'm holding them. Bo, where are you?
Oh, hi, Rue.
Hey, remember how you said you wanted to like try to absorb things and maybe,
Aren't those alive?
Clearly alive. They're freaking out, making all kinds of noise.
I let go of them.
Yeah.
You let them go in the house.
So they immediately run out of the house.
Okay.
If the
I've closed the door
if
behind
you've closed
me.
the door, yeah,
I've
they're
closed
just
the door
running around the
behind
house
me.
now. Yeah, knocking,
There you
they're
go.
smacking into things, and yeah.
I look very proud of myself. My tail is swishing languidly behind me.
I fear if I try and absorb them, I'll just kill them and eat them. But what do they taste like?
Well, grandmother, do you know anything about the cyan bird squirrel things that are on the outside? Are they edible?
The squibs?
Yeah, the squirps.
The squibs? Why would you care if they're...
Ah! And you can see like one is attacking the kitchen, like ramming into like a cupboard or something, trying to find some hole to crawl into.
I turn towards Bo, not
What?
batting an eye, and I say, well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's probably gonna die. We tried to use the dead fish and it didn't work. Look, would you rather try this on a squirrel thing or a person?
Fair point. Is that a trick question?
Obviously it's a trick question. Now, good luck catching one, I guess.
I try and catch a squirb.
Yeah, Dex and Dex.
Dex and Dex. All right. Roll
Just
check.
an open check. Yeah.
Okay. Dex. Boom, bam, 5.
Yeah.
Get over here, you squirb!
Bo is bouncing around trying to catch up to any of these things. They're way too fast.
So, grandmother, are they edible or should we
She's freaking out. She's like,
Don't just
she's knocked over the
Happy
peanut butter.
squirb,
It
like
falls
grandma.
onto the floor.
Oh.
I look irritated. My tail is like an exclamation point behind me, my fur bristling. Come on, faster!
I'm on it! I launch a pseudopod at the mischievous one that knocked over the peanut butter.
Sure. Do you normally do might and might for that?
Just
make an attack roll.
Okay, an attack roll.
Hold on.
Sorry. I should have held on. I would have gotten
Description,
the higher
Bo is
roll.
the slime. That always gets me every time.
What did I do with it?
This poor elderly woman.
Yes, this is such a bad plan. Yeah.
Or is it the
okay.
best plan?
There you are. I don't know if this is gonna work or if this is working right because I just have the party tokens. So I was gonna enable yours, but I know that like turns off the map. There we go. There you are. You're gonna have to click off of the party token and then you should see yourself.
Okay. I see myself.
There you go.
So you want me to roll?
Yeah, just roll your attack.
Okay. A 16.
'Cause I don't think it used the proper dice. Well, no, I guess maybe it did. I don't know. Regardless, we'll use the 16. Yes, you managed to catch these things reasonably fast.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
They die horribly.
Squirb up.
Okay. It's squirming time, I say. And eat the squirps. Or I guess I'll roll.
No,
to see.
absorb them. Become them.
I guess in that
Evolve.
case, I try and do a chimerism to try and assume the shape of a squirb.
Okay, well, you reached out to attack these things, and you smack them with your pseudopod, which was based off of an axe. Is that correct?
No, it hasn't been for a while. Not
Okay.
since I got my that
This
other
was
class.
This was the fist weapons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so it's probably like a short range attack, and you've unleashed like rapid fire punches with your pseudopod.
You just went gum pistol on them? Oh my god.
It's
Okay.
probably machine gun.
Wow.
Yep.
I just facepalm. No, they're dead.
Don't worry. I can tell. I eat them. They're just inside me, floating, all horrid like inside my blue self. And then I kind of like just idle over to where the fallen peanut butter is. And I start trying to clean that up as well. I'm like, ta-da!
How do these creatures get inside? I don't understand.
And now they're gone.
Oh, the peanut butter's ruined.
Oh, I'll help you make some more, grandmother. I'm so sorry.
And yeah, and she's probably cursing like under her breath like while she's doing this. Like she's legit super fucking angry. Iris, you know, I think you start to recall she only does this when she's really angry. She's normally like very proper and like is kind and like yeah, she's like making fresh fucking peanut butter and yeah. Nobody gives a shit about Granny's peanut butter.
Oh, I love your peanut butter, Granny. I'll help you. Here.
It's all like passive aggressive, just like underneath her breath.
I just drop down into the couch and look comfortable.
Yeah.
Isn't everyone excited for peanut butter?
Yeah, peanut butter, I say. And I jiggle, and there's 3 squibs kind of slowly fade into the background of the creature that is Bo.
So, grandmother, you said, that there was someone we might be able to speak to in town, one of the spirit callers?
Oh, yes.
What was their name that we should be looking for?
The spirit caller in town. It's been some time. I think they were called Solveia. Yes, she's an older elf. But I haven't spoken with her for some time. But I believe she is in town these days. After the war.
And, have any of the kids said anything when they come to help? Any rumors, anything happening in town that maybe we might want to look into?
Oh, nothing aside from, some of the talk of the Emberstone Council, I believe. There were talks, that, I think that, Ellendrath was putting together more. They were putting together more representatives for the council. They were worried about something to do with the. I'm sorry, dear. It's been.
Oh, it's okay.
It's been maybe a week since I heard. They said something about the Emberstone Council, the representatives from Ellendrath were being... Oh, something about Syntharis. They weren't... the difficult relations with Syntharis, dear. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind.
That's all right. We can ask around. But it has to do with the Syntharans and
Yes.
our council members here in Ellendrath?
Yes. They were worried about hostilities. That's what it was. They were worried about hostilities beginning again between Ellendrath and Syntharis. I think there were rumors of more usage of Emberstone.
After the war.
Oh, yes.
Did something happen?
I don't know. Nothing here. At least.
Oh. Sounds like we need to head into town.
Yes, we can ask around.
While you finish all of that, I can go check on everyone on the ship and bring them back here.
Yes, I'll get the table set and get everybody ready for breakfast then.
All right.
Perfect.
I'm full.
I get up. I head out through the front door, and I accidentally don't close it behind me.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, so Irislith and Bo, you are both sort of just kind of helping out. Are you actually helping out, Bo, or are you just observing?
Anything that is wasted or falls on the floor is never seen again.
Gotcha.
All that peanut butter, he's just like,
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I am a Roomba, baby.
Okay. Fair enough.
Is the floor shiny after you're done sucking it?
Mm-hmm. Always.
Does it smell like Lysol?
More like hand sanitizer, but similar.
Nice. I love the smell of hand sanitizer.
We leave Elendrath and we head to someplace far colder. In the frozen north, the tundra of the cyberpunk undead nation of Cryptia. Muhn, you have made your way to the docks of Cravenstone.
What does it look like?
Like a corporate dock. This is like bloated with shipping, pollution, and like there's a murkiness to the water in the area. It stinks. It smells ghastly here. And it is frankly just not a pleasant place to be. There are undead of varying varieties that are about here, Muhn. You can see that there are some that are some kind of like big, like almost like ogre-ish looking undead that are like maybe some kind of ghoul. You know, they're covered in some kind of like rotting flesh, but it's not like you can see their bones or anything. And they're hauling like heavy looking crates. They have a few that you can see that are, you know, on some kind of like vehicles, almost like forklifts that are being pushed around.
Excuse me. And I look at this particular undead character, the one nearest me who's handling what looks to be some kind of vehicle.
Sure.
Do you know anything? Oh.
What you want?
I was and I'm like taken aback because like half his face is like fallen off. Like
Now, this creature has its flesh intact. It's just kind of smelly and disgusting.
Oh, okay. Well, I was looking for transportation. Is there a boat I can maybe, I don't know, use a ferry? Yeah, a ferry, a boat, anything, a ship.
check with the harbor master. Lots of shipping boats in and out.
Okay. All right, thanks. And I kind of like dash off, just like, because he definitely smelled like fart. And I kind of look around, looking for any signs. Obviously, there are crates, and it's still kind of snowing, a little bit
There's
chilly.
lots of signs, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a logistical. I don't want to say it's not a nightmare, but there's a lot of logistics that are happening here. So like, there's first of all, there's like company logos on a bunch of different things. You can see some you've seen around town. You can see obviously the Cravenmore logo. You can see that there appears to be there's a lot of stuff going on this dock. Like it's super busy. And there's probably something like 20 or 30 ships that you can see that are kind of moored at the moment. This is a big dock.
I don't see any other method of getting out of this city. But I'm looking at the ships. What's the smallest looking one?
Smallest looking ship is not very small.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay. So it's probably the ship I imagine that you see is like the size of it's definitely not like ridiculous, but I imagine it's pretty large. Like the ships that they're using are also kind of modern looking. Like if you imagine, like, you know those big cargo ships that just have the crates on them?
Yeah.
It's not anywhere close to that size. I would imagine it's probably like an eighth of that size, maybe. Something like that. So I don't know how big those are, but it's probably something like 100 to 200 feet. Something like that.
Okay. I take a look around. Harbor master. They all look the same, dude.
There's probably a sign for the harbor master.
Yeah, I'm like, I
like an
just saw it.
office.
Okay, there it is, right over there, and I kind of.
What's crazy is like this place is probably way more organized than like Clatter Point. Clatter Point was like a mess. That was everything was kind of like built on each other. This is kind of organized. Yeah, it's kind of organized. It stinks, and there's a lot of trash around, and there's graffiti and shit everywhere. You can see a lot of that clack graffiti everywhere, and now you're starting to realize that some of the stuff that's been graffitied on the walls are like caricatures of Cravenmore, of Laser Cravenmore.
Starting to understand that more and more every time I see one. That's pretty accurate.
But there's a harbor master's office. It's not very hard to find. You don't even have to make a roll for it.
Okay. I make my way over there, and
there's
kind of
like
push
the
the door
arrival
open.
and departure signs.
Yeah.
At an airport. There's probably some monitors just outside of the office. So you can see like a big fucking list. It's like you went to a big airport, but it's a shipyard, and it has it just has a list of arrivals and departures.
Oh, departures. And I'm looking at the departure list.
Yep.
Is Koga on the list?
Ooh, let's do a roll for this. Let's do some fun. Some fun rolls. Roll me an insight. I'm gonna say difficulty is gonna be, and this was a roll check. Difficulty is gonna be probably 14.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's a 6 failure.
None. 0.
Damn. No Koga. Okay, what is on the list? What can I see that's obviously like, oh, lots of departures to this place.
So there's a lot of departures to Millifax, specifically to Skaldmere.
Huh.
Yep. That's where most of them go. There is also a departure that's probably leaving within the next 2 hours for Asgore, specifically the port of Svelark.
Do I know where that is?
You can make an insight. Difficulty will be 10.
Okay. I'm not certain that I know where that is, to be honest with you, right off the back. Oh, that's another 6. That's a failure.
You would recognize Asgore, but you've never been to Svelark.
Okay. Well, okay, I really don't know where that is, but I want to go to Millifax. When's the next departure for Skaldmere?
The next departure for Skaldmere, 6 hours.
And I look defeated.
Yeah, the nearest upcoming departure is headed to Svelark and Asgore. That's in 2 hours.
And I look back behind me and I hold my nose. Oh God, I just want to get out of here. And I go in and I look at the surroundings and I look for a place to purchase.
It looks like the DMV inside here. It looks like the DMV inside here.
Okay.
Like, yeah, there's like those stand-up ribbon things, the dividers for different lines, and you can see there's just like this set of lines of undead creatures, just like queuing up in these lines, and it's such a weird because everything's all organized. But it's
I'm imagining like Beetlejuice, like, you know, like that scene in the movie where it's like they're all waiting.
Yep.
They're all undead.
Spot on. And it's, yeah, it's horrific. Like, it smells horrible. And it is, it's very orderly, but it smells and it's a little trashed. It's got that, it's got the cyberpunk aesthetic. So everything's a little bit dirty and like it smells and there's a lot of logistics happening. There's all these charts and shit hung up on the wall and there's probably like a slightly broken like set of monitors, that's probably showing like the number being served or whatever. And there's probably like a little like a machine or something near the front of the lines for people to take a number, because there's a bunch of people that are sat down on chairs as well around.
I'm just gonna take a number and I yank it out.
153.
What's my number? What is it?
153.
Wow, that's crazy. I was thinking 149. 153. Okay. Can I go sit down somewhere?
Oh yeah, there's probably like a seat. You can see there's probably like most of the people that are in here probably work like at the docks or something, or they're like a ship captain.
Okay.
But just from like first glances, it looks like everybody's like some kind of an undead creature that's here.
Okay. I go have a seat on the bench in the back, and I just kind of stare at this number.
Up at the sign.
What number are they calling now?
Yeah.
Is there any sort of indication?
Yeah, it says 132.
Okay, that's not that bad. And I just kind of lean back, start twiddling my thumbs, and I look around. It smells really bad, so I'm just kind of trying not to be obvious about that, but
Yeah. Yeah, as you're looking around, the person that's like sitting next to you is just kind of like their head is lulled to the side a little bit. It's probably like I imagine it's a woman, and she's got like her jaw looks dislocated and it's kind of hanging there. And there's just some kind of like liquid that's slowly leaking. It's definitely not saliva.
you got some, hello. And I just kind of,
on my face.
yeah, you just,
Here.
and I use my part of my cape, like, oh, here. There you go. That's got to be a little better, right?
Yeah, like you clean it up, and then like a minute later, it starts leaking.
So, what do you do? Where are you going?
What?
Where are you going? Where are you headed?
I'm waiting to speak to one of the staff about purchasing a license to bring in goods, importing.
Okay. Cool. What kind of
about
goods?
You?
I look at my number. I guess Asgore. And I shrug.
We do a lot of business with Asgore.
Not yet.
No, I mean Ravenstone.
Oh. Not really. And I lean in. I don't really like the guy.
Who?
The guy, Laser?
Oh, Laser Cravenmore.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying Cravenstone does a lot of business with Asgore.
Oh. Yeah, and I'm floundering like, yeah. Sure. I think, probably.
We do. It's...
Okay.
Excuse
I'm kind
me.
of like, oh, the drool's coming back in full force.
And she's got some kind of like spittoon, like a little can that she uses as a spittoon.
Sorry. Sometimes the pus leaks out.
That's okay. Yeah, I understand.
I know Asgore sells us a lot of kaiju parts.
And I perk up. Kaiju?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, how? What kind of parts?
Whatever's left over.
Oh, is that so? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's bones, sometimes blood, sometimes other stuff that comes out of them.
Sure. Yeah.
Waste
That,
not, want not. Yeah.
I'm transfixed by the drooling.
So I was looking to get a license set up
Yeah.
so I could import some of the things that they are willing to trade. I've got a contact in Speylark.
Well, that's good to know. You seem trustworthy. And like you know what you're doing.
Thanks. I don't know if that's a good trait to have as a business person, though.
No, that's fair. I've certainly dealt with my fair share of people who they don't really have anybody else's best interests. So I look at the number being called.
Yep. And, yeah, and there's like, I mean, it's like the more that this person like talks to you, there's this like rolling stench, you know? That you know how like when you talk to somebody with bad breath, it starts to like permeate
Yep.
everything around you.
Yep.
And, like
Yep.
gets into your clothes. It's a little bit like that.
Yeah. I just keep looking at my number like, okay, it's gonna happen.
So I was looking to buy some of the parts that they get from some of their kaiju hunts. They work with the people in Etessa. Etessa keeps half of the kaiju, Asgore gets the other half. Is there a bunch of contracts?
Huh. Why would Asgore be getting kaiju parts though?
Well, they send adventurers into Etessa. The people of Asgore like to challenge themselves. Some of the mightiest warriors in Regalia.
Have you ever been there yourself?
I've been there a few times.
What's it like?
Well, different than here, that's for sure. I would call it rural.
Huh, okay.
They don't like our technology.
They don't. How come?
No. The people there are very independent. And they have a culture that believes in strength and... Sorry. Some of their people think that it's normal to do that.
Huh. Well, that's just... I feel like that's intentionally holding yourself back. Why not work with technology? That's...
Who knows? But if they had some of the technology that we have, their lives would probably be a lot easier. But maybe that's why they're so strong.
Strong and stubborn, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, I can expect that when I get there. You know, I've actually enjoyed my time here in Cryptia.
Really?
What's your name?
My name is Mildred.
Hi, Mildred. I'm Muhn, and I extend a hand.
She sort of wiggles her face down to look at your hand and then shakily kind of grabs it. And there's like a fragility, but also as sort of there's a firmness to the handshake, but maybe you like hear some bones pop.
Yeah, it's like grabbing like like a plastic bag, like full of pencils or something, where there's like no meat. You're just,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm not gonna break this. So I take her hand very, very gingerly. It's good to meet you.
Thanks.
And a lot of people here have actually been pretty friendly. It just kind of popped out of nowhere here. Do people do that often? Do they just show up in Cryptia randomly?
She like sort of leans over, and I'm not going to do it because I hurt my back. But
Sure.
she leans over and, you know, like conspiratorially, and she said,
I don't mean to be rude, but you smell pretty bad.
I know. Listen. I'm a fleshy, okay? I don't know how many people notice. Maybe it's really noticeable. But it smells pretty bad for me in here, too.
Why are you here?
That's a good question, Mildred. I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Yeah, no, everybody's gonna try to eat you, right?
So far, so good. Just don't take a chomp out of me, okay? I'm probably not that good.
Mildred's like slowly been raising your hand up, by the way, like really slowly, like while you shaking your hand, like, you know, like when a dog sort of puts themselves like closer and closer to food, you know, and like they're casually trying to reach for your hamburger. Or
They kind of
shit.
like scooch forward. Yeah.
It's a little bit like that. And you just realize
Okay.
now what she's doing.
Like,
Sorry.
and I sort of take my hand back, like, yes.
Sorry.
That's okay. I figure that's just instinct. Listen, I'm gonna get up and walk around. Maybe go see if there's a restroom somewhere. It's been lovely talking to you, Mildred, and I promptly get up and I walk away.
Yep. Sure. You're looking for a bathroom?
Yeah, I'm looking for anywhere that's not next to Mildred.
Yeah. Well, there's
Mildred's
plenty of
gonna eat
places that
me.
aren't next to Mildred. Most of these places are not next to Mildred.
Okay, great. I'm trying to be inconspicuous, but probably failing. If there is a restroom anywhere to freshen up in the dirt, I want to go do that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You head
Okay.
in. Wonderful,
I just need to like reset.
wonderful smell of like manure and compost like smacks you in the face.
I go in.
Yeah.
I hold my breath.
You can see the troughs around.
I look at the manure. Oh, and I grab some of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Somebody else is doing the same, like probably like
And I
eat
look at
some of
them.
it, like they do the neighborly nod to you. As they like chow down on some of that manure.
I just put it all over my face. Just cover myself with it. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. And I'm looking in the mirror like,
Yeah, you look pretty shitty.
and I walk back out there covered in manure.
Yep. Really blending in now.
Finest moment.
Your number pops up on the screen.
Just in time. At this point, I think my smell is destroyed. Like my olfactory senses are like, they're gone. I walk up. I'd like one for escort, please.
You want the next ship?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. There's some space. Small freight ship heading to Sphalark.
I'll take it.
That'll be 50 zenit.
I rustle around. Here we go. And I just drop all the change into his hand, into his bony hand.
Sure. Yeah, and you do this, and there's probably like a the typical exchange of goods, what have you, that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a little notification that pings through the building. You can hear a sort of it just sounds like a pleasant sort of chime. Bing, 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 bing. I don't have one handy, but it's just a sort of pleasant chime. Boom, 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 boom. And you can hear this familiar voice ring through some kind of intercom.
Hello, citizens of Cravenstone. This is Laser Cravenmore, and I'm just going ahead and giving you the pleasure of my voice. That's right. Be excited. I'll give you a moment.
Do other people look excited in this room?
No. Everyone just looks like there's just groans. Not again. This guy never shuts up.
Tell me about it. I groan with the crowd.
Everyone needs to be on the lookout because there's a fugitive. That's right. We have a fugitive in Cravenstone. Everyone, please be on the lookout. There's one tall drink of water coming through. She's a Celestial. And, well, look at that. She might even be the savior. She's not. Don't worry, she's not the savior, I promise. What I want you to do, if you see this creature, is to let the nearest guard know. And if you see her, you should probably do this immediately. If you don't, there will be penalties. And when I say penalties, I mean the final death.
People start muttering around the building now. Please give me an open check, Dex.
I'm just muttering and groaning. 7.
Okay. Yeah. So there's some muttering around.
I know we've got a picture around here somewhere. I'm sorry for the footage, but it's kind of shit.
And you see this like blurry cam footage go up on the monitors of your encounter with Laser Cravenmore. It's real shitty, and like it's got the artifacting that happens with like a highly compressed JPEG, you know? And you can't super tell that it's you, but it gives you like a rough shape, and it's probably like 15 feet away. Something like that. You know? It's like a shitty like street light camera kind of view of you.
Be on the lookout. That is all. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure to buy the nearest Cravenmore product that you can find. If you don't, well, that'll probably mean your final death as well. Good day.
I look back at the clerk. And I really try to keep a solid poker face and just hope that I covered myself in enough shit.
The clerk is not even paying attention to you. They are just handing you back your money and probably some kind of ticket. Have a undead day.
You too. Where do I go for? Where am I headed? Where's the?
Check the departures
a dock on your ticket.
Great, thank you. And I kind of shuffle away. Kind of look like
Hey, wait a minute.
I turn back around. Yeah.
I like what you've done with your makeup. It's real nice.
They
Thanks.
smile, and there's like a worm that's kind of wiggly, like in between some teeth. Like,
I appreciate that. I'm trying a new look today. Have a good one.
you're literally covered in shit. Like, it's just.
I turn back around like,
Yep.
just, and I head out towards the departure, the docks area.
Yeah, there's definitely a few people that look your way as you're leaving. And I think you can hear some mumbles like,
What was that? Very tall.
you can hear some muttering before you leave. But you head back outside. And are you looking for the dock? What are you doing?
Yep. Yeah, I'm going towards it directly.
Okay. As you get closer to the docks, yeah, you can see that there is more. I mean, it's about what you'd expect. People are loading crates on and off of ships. And you can see some crazy shit being loaded onto some of these ships and offloaded. You can see some of these kaiju parts off of probably some of the really huge ships.
Whoa. Like what kind of parts?
Give me insight, please. Open check.
Okay. That's a 16 critical. What?
What would you like your opportunity to be?
Oh, let me take a quick look at the opportunity list. I've got it right here. See what might benefit me in the moment. You know what? I think I would really like to spot a useful clue or detail. I would like information.
Okay. So first and foremost, you were just looking at the kaiju parts. You recognize this dead kaiju. This was the kaiju that you fought about a month and a half ago in Centaurus.
Whoa.
It's divided up.
Now...
It's divided up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's like all rotting and disgusting and yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
There's literally a few
That
ships
took to get here.
There's literally like a few ships that are like also covered in shit, by the way.
Like they've been somewhere and they got covered in shit?
I mean, the deck of the ship has massive mounds of manure on it.
Ah, I see. More manure.
And there's like a really pleasant logo on the side of the ship. It says like, I don't have a name for it. So I should have come up with a name for this company, but we need a good name in chat. What's a good name for this company? It's probably like a makeup or a perfume company that has taken some kind of twist on shit or manure. And yeah, it's like a real happy, like pleasant logo on it, you know? Foul play isn't bad,
emoji.
Frank. That's pretty good. We'll say it's foul play. Yeah.
Foul play's cute.
Yep. Yeah, and it's you can tell it looks like a makeup logo, you know, like it's
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. And the entire the top deck is just mounds of shit on top of it.
Ugh. All right.
Smells oddly familiar to you.
Yep. I make my way onto this ship.
Beautiful is also good. That's also a good one. Yep.
Oh God. So yeah, I am looking for somebody to just give my ticket to.
Yeah. Eventually you find the ship. I'm gonna say it doesn't take you very long. You got a high insight score there. So yeah, it's everything's like well organized. You find your ship and whatnot fairly easily. This one appears to be carrying. The crates are all like boarded up. It looks like one of those big crate container ships, but again, it's not that big. It's about 1/8 the size of those giant container ships. So instead of housing hundreds of crates, it probably houses like around 50. They're
I
kind
wanna
of
look
like
inside
those
one of these crates.
They're like those steel storage crates.
Okay.
I'll piggyback off of your insight roll here, and I'll say that you're able to see some stuff getting loaded in to these crates before they're closed up. Maybe somebody had to check one of the crates or something before it was leaving. There's somebody checking a manifest or something, and you can see that it looks like it's full of weapons. You see swords and shields and probably some various different kinds of metal weapons.
Huh. I wonder where these are going. Why they're going there. Munitions?
As you make your way onto the ship, somebody probably just takes your ticket and says,
There
Yeah, ticket looks good. Good thing we don't check visas here. Nobody really wants to make their way to Cryptia, and usually you're wearing nice perfume.
Thank you. It's it's the new scent by Foul Play.
Oh, I thought I recognized it. Why don't you head up with the rest of the passengers?
Okay.
what's the front of the ship? Is it the bow?
I think so. Yeah, the stern is the back. I think the bow is the front.
Okay.
Head to the bow. That's where passengers ride.
Okay. Thank you. And I shuffle away. I kind of like drag my foot behind me, like.
Sure. You make your way there. Not too many passengers. It's probably a smattering. Like this place, I imagine there's probably not a lot of passenger transport going to Svalark. There's probably only 5 or 6 in here. And it's, you know, just kind of like it's not, the cabin's not really small or anything. Have you ever been on like a ferry? Like if you've ever been on a ferry, I know in New York, just because that's where I live, a ferry, like a Staten Island ferry or anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not gigantic.
Okay.
The cabin here, it maybe houses at maximum 20 people.
Okay. All right. I'm just kind of shuffling in, groaning it.
And I
People
imagine there's
grunting
maybe
it.
like 6 people here.
Okay. I kind of shuffle in and look for a spot to either sit or stand. If there's any room, I'll just wait.
Sure. Yep, you're just gonna sit here and wait. Like, you were in that building, the Harbor Master's building, probably for like maybe an hour.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yep. So I imagine
Didn't
that you
waste that much
probably,
time.
you probably just have like an hour or so to go.
Okay.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll me an open dex check.
Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. Okie dokie. You're waiting here for maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes, twiddling your thumbs. There's an announcement that comes over some kind of loudspeaker.
This is your captain speaking. I'll be departing Cravenstone in 15 minutes. We are due for Svalark. And a reminder, make sure to describe yourself as Draugr. If you call yourself undead, they will react poorly. That is all.
My face falls at hearing this. What? That's just... What? And I'm trying not to, like, get too upset about it, but... Oh, that's so mean. I can't believe they would... I mean, I'm okay. And in my head, what? Why? Oh, Draugr, okay, Draugr, but oh yeah, I guess they would attack the undead because they're undead, but undead... Wow, I would have attacked the undead.
One of the things that you can see out on probably like a small island, one of those things you notice while you're kind of waiting here, Muhn, is you see a familiar sight of an Emberstone Tower. It's a small island just off the coast. And you just recognize it because you've helped in a few locations to make sure those get set up, and you recognize one of them just outside.
Yeah,
the port of
I remember that in Atessa. They need that, right, for the kaiju?
Well, you also help put them up to contain the Stormveil Rift.
How far away is it from where we are?
Less than a mile, maybe? Something underneath just a mile?
Oh, that's wild to see it. I'm looking around, listening to the groans. At this point, I'm not even sure I can smell the poop anymore. Just kind of like part of me. The poop is part of me.
There's like a sort of the sound of like a few horns going off on the ship. You know, you can hear like typical sort of boating sounds, right? Like you hear fog horns basically going off from a few ships, but you can hear one coming from your ship as well, which activates, and you can hear like ding ding as well, and you hear the captain again.
We will now be departing for Seylark.
As you feel the ship begin to leave, we'll add a little token to the map so you know where that tower is. And you feel the ship begin to be unmoored, and anchor starts to like be reeled up, and there's some kind of commotion on the deck of the ship near the containers.
But is it the ship that I'm on
Yes.
right now? I'm trying to keep my ears peeled.
Sure. Insight and insight. Open check.
Open check, you say?
Mm-hmm.
It's an 8.
Can't hear what it's about. There's a few people in the cabin that also look a bit concerned. Going on? I don't know. Maybe Cravenmore has some kind of problem with the shipment going out. Heard he does that all the time.
I'm just patiently waiting and my heart is hammering. Like, please don't come up here. Please don't come up here.
Yeah, there appears to be several armed guards that appear to be approaching the passenger cabin.
I swallow.
They
And I just
roughly
sit there.
slam open the door and head inside, and they begin to look around.
What's everybody else doing?
Everyone else looks a bit concerned. And
I will also look concerned.
yeah, and I'm gonna need you to make a dex open check, please.
Dex, open check. That's another 8.
They begin to look at each of the passengers in earnest. Show your tickets. Get them out.
I start to get out my ticket.
Okay. And they begin to inspect each passenger and ticket. Eventually coming to you, you can see this sort of hulking looking ghoul with massive arms. Probably like if you took like a bodybuilder's arms and you put them on a smaller body, it looks a bit like that.
Okay. I try to scrunch up my face to look as undead as possible.
Mm-hmm. They get in close, and there's like an eye that's like got like maybe a detached retina or something. It's kind of just hanging a little bit, and it does that like Alistair Moody thing where it's like it's looking around like all wildly. And they get like super close to you, and it's like yellowing, like the eye's yellowing a bit, and you can probably hear it moving as well, like it locks onto you. Name.
Talia. And hey, you're pretty good looking. You work out?
I try to stay in shape.
Make a insight and willpower roll for me, please. Open check.
Wait, insight and willpower?
Yep.
That's a 9. What are these rolls? God.
Let's try to keep it professional.
Oh, sorry.
Pick it.
Yeah, right here.
Look at your ticket. Look at you.
Hey. Stand up.
And I stand.
They look at you, and I imagine they're probably about the same height as you. This creature is some kind of an amalgamation of parts. So, like, they're a little lopsided, and, like, they've got parts... They're a little Frankenstein happening here. Yeah, their eyes are, like, two different colors. That one is kind of, like, hanging out a little bit and moving around all wiggly-wobbly. And,
They say you look familiar. Where do I know you from?
I get that a lot. You ever been on the one corner next to the restaurant that serves the really good steak? I worked there.
And I wink with my other eye.
You've probably seen me before, honey.
The one with the spicy necro sauce?
That's right.
I don't like the spicy necro sauce.
It's not for everybody.
I don't think that's it. Recognize you from somewhere else.
How can I help?
and they give you back your ticket, and they slap you on the upper shoulder, and they say,
Now that's a responsible citizen. Someone that is looking to help out the guards. We're on the lookout for... Definitely not Savior Muhn. Be on the lookout. If you see her, let us know.
You got it. Happy to do my part.
And they start to walk away. And they leave the cabin. They start talking to some of the other guards outside, who begin to look through the windows of the cabin. Because just like ferries, they have like windows typically around all sides of the cabin, so you can like look out onto the water. So you can see them like talking a little bit. And a few of them look over towards you. What do you do?
Sit there.
Sit
Look
there and try not to
unassuming.
look conspicuous? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. You see them begin to draw weapons and point them your way, and they open fire.
涙の色はエメラルドブルー宝石みたいに光ってる流れ星を見上げていたあの夜も